hello, my name is Fatimah Nurul Izzah and my last student number is 062.
My name is Jasmine Melati with the last student number 037.
My name is Salsabila Putri Maulidia with my last student number 7029.
My name is Melania Amelia and my last student number is 047.
My name is Halsaditi Harahap. My last student number is 027.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Fatimah Nurul Izzah and my last student number is 062. In this video, I will explain about the definition of affix. An affix is a morphological element that is added to a base word to form a new word or change the meaning and function of the word. Affixes do not stand alone as words, but serve to modify or enrich the base word. Affixes are of various types, including prefixes, suffixes, infixes, and circumfixes, each having a different role and position in word formation. First, prefixes. A prefix is an affix added to the beginning of a base word. Prefixes typically change the meaning of the base word, often by adding negative connotations or altering the sense in other ways. For the example, "un" in the word happy becomes unhappy, changing the meaning from happy to unhappy. Next, "re" in the word turn becomes return, changing the meaning from turn to return. The second is suffix. A suffix is an affix added to the end of a base word. Suffixes can change the grammatical category or meaning of the base word, such as changing verbs into nouns, adjectives into nouns, and so on. For the example, "ing" in the word read becomes reading, change the verb form from read to a form that shows a continuous action or noun. Next, "ness" in the word happy becomes happiness, changes the adjective happy into the noun happiness. Third is infix. An infix is an affix that is inserted in the middle of base word. Infixes are common in some languages, although they are not common in English. Infixes can be used to show a change in meaning usually found in the plural of some words. For example, from cupful to cups full, from spoonful to spoons full. Fourth is circumfix. A circumfix is an affix that consists of two parts. One part is added at the beginning and the other at the end of the base word. Circumfixes are usually used to form new words or change meaning in a more complex way. But in English, circumfixes are very rarely used and not commonly found in everyday context. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Jasmine Melati with the last student number 037. Today I would like to explain you about derivational affixes. Let's start. So, literally, there are two kinds of affixes, which are derivational affixes and inflectional affixes. But now, I would like to talk about derivational affixes first. Let's start from the definition. Derivational affixes are affixes which are added to roots or stem to form new words. The process known as derivation allows for the expansion of a language vocabulary by generating words with new meanings or different grammatical categories from existing ones. I will give you some examples of derivational affixes. The first one, in plus correct, incorrect. This plus establish, disestablish. Agree plus ment, agreement. Boy plus ish, boyish. Let's move to the characteristic. Derivational affix has some characteristics. The first one is derivational affixes usually change the word class of the derived word. For example, agree is a verb plus ment, agreement as a noun. Boy is a noun plus ish, boyish as an adjective. Happy is an adjective plus ly. Happily is an adverb. The second one is derivational affixes change the basic meaning of the derived word. For example, unhappy means not happy. Pre-war means before war. And malfunction means badly function. And then the third one is syntax doesn't require the presence of derivational affixes. These affixes typically indicate semantic relation within a word, but no synthetic relations outside the word. For example, in the sentence, she's unkind, unkind relates un to kind, but has no particular synthetic connection outside the word. And the fourth one is derivational affixes are usually not very productive. They are selective about what they will combine with. It means that a derivational affix doesn't create a lot of new words. It only works with certain base words. For example, the suffix hood occurs with just a few nouns such as brother, neighbor, night, but not with the most other nouns such as friend, daughter, etc. And the fifth, derivational affixes typically occur before inflectional affixes. Let me give you the example. The correct and the incorrect one. The correct, govern plus ment plus s, governments. It is a correct word because when building a word, derivational affixes typically come before inflectional affixes. It means that the first ment is a derivational affix turns govern into government as a noun. Then the suffix s is an inflectional affix, the incorrect one, govern plus s plus ment, governs ment. Why is it incorrect? Because we put the inflectional affix before the derivational affix. First, as would make govern as a plural, which doesn't make sense because govern is a verb. Then adding ment to governs would try to change it into a noun, but the combination doesn't work correctly. So the correct one is the derivational affixes should be first before the inflectional affixes. And then the sixth is derivational affixes may be prefixes or suffixes in English. I think that's all for me. The next material will be explained by Salsa.
Hello, my name is Salsa Bila Putri Maulidia with my last student number 7029. Alright, now let's talk about the last characteristic. Derivational affixes may be prefix or suffixes in English. So the first one is prefixes. The definition, a prefix is a type of derivational affix that is added to the beginning of a base word. Remember, the beginning of a base word. The characteristic prefixes are placed before the root word, and they often change the meaning of the base word, but typically do not change its word class. For the example, the base word is write. The right word is rewrite. And for the sentences, the base word is she will write the report, and the derived word is she needs to rewrite the report for clarity. For example, the first one, un, as in happy, turns into unhappy. The prefix un negates the meaning. The second one is pre, as in few, turns into preview. The prefix pre indicates something that happening before. The third one is this, as in agree, turns into disagree. The prefix this shows opposition. The second one is suffixes. The definition, a suffix that is a type of derivational affix that is added to the end of the base word. Remember, the end of the base word. And the characteristic suffixes are placed after the word. and often change both the meaning and the word class of the base word. They can turn into a noun into an adjective, a verb into a noun, and etc. For example, the word quick as an adjective turns into quickly as an adverb. The sentences is for the adjective he gave a quick response, and adverb 1 is he responded quickly. For the example, the first one ness as in happy turns into happiness. The suffix ness turns the adjective into a noun. The second one is li as in quick turns into quickly. The suffix li turns the adjective into an adverb. The third one is men as in develop turns into development. The suffix men turns the verb into a noun. I think that's all that I can deliver. Thank you so much for your attention.
My name is Melanie Amelia and my last student number is 047. And here in this video, I would like to explain about inflectional affixes. So, what is inflectional affixes? Inflectional affixes are affixes which are added to roots or stems to function grammatical markers. It represents concepts like tense, number, gender, case, etc. They never create new words. These affixes usually do not change the word class of the inflected word. Now that you've heard about the definition of inflectional affixes, now let's discuss the characteristic of inflectional affixes. First, there are 8 inflectional affixes in English. They are ing to indicate progressive aspect, ed to indicate past tense, s to indicate third person singular present tense, n to indicate past participle or verb 3, s to indicate plural, s to indicate possessive, to indicate comparative, and est to indicate superlative. Second, inflectional affixes do not add any lexical meaning to the inflected word. For example, in the sentence, she has 3 pencils, the plural affix s is added to show agreement with the number 3. Third, syntax requires the presence of inflectional affixes. They typically indicate syntactic or semantic relations between different words in a sentence. For example, in the sentence, she loves apples, the third person singular affix s is added to the word love, relating it to the third singular subject, she. Fourth, unlike derivational affixes, inflectional affixes are more productive. They typically occur with all members of some large class of morphemes. For example, the plural affix s occurs with almost all nouns. Fifth, inflectional affixes occur at the margin of a word after any derivational affixes. For example, the word bright plus n plus ing, it becomes brightening, not bright plus ing plus n, brightening. That's incorrect. Sixth, inflectional affixes are only suffixes in English as they only create different forms of the same words. Now that you've heard the definition and also the characteristics of inflectional affixes, now let's take a look at the examples. The first one, let's discuss about the progressive aspect example. The word walk plus the suffix ing, it becomes walking. And then past tense, the same word walk plus the suffix ed, it becomes walked. And then the third person singular present tense, also still the same word, walk, plus the suffix s, it becomes walks. Then past participle, the word write plus suffix n, it becomes written. And then plural, the word book plus the suffix s, it becomes books. And then possessive, in a phrase student's book, in the word student, there's a possessive suffix to indicate the possessive of the phrase student's book. Then comparative, the word happy plus the suffix it becomes happier. And then the last one, superlative, the word happy plus suffix est, it becomes happiest.
Hello everyone, my name is Salsa Harahap. My last student number is 027. Now, I would like to explain about the differences between derivational and inflectional affixes. In linguistics, derivational and inflectional affixes are two types of morphemes that modify words, but they serve different purposes. Okay, let's start with derivational affixes. In purpose, derivational affixes are used to create new words. By adding a prefix or suffix to a root word, we form a new word that often has a different meaning or belongs to a different part of speech. In impact on meaning, these affixes can change the base word's meaning significantly. They might transform the word into a different grammatical category, such as changing a noun into an adjective or a verb into a noun. Okay, let's see the example of derivational affixes. The first one is un plus happy, unhappy. Un change happy to mean the opposite. The second one is kind plus ness, kindness. The suffix ness change kind, which is an adjective, into kindness, a noun. The third is employ plus man, employment. The suffix man change employ, a verb, into employment, a noun. Derivational affixes are like building blocks that help us create new words with altered meanings or different grammatical roles. Alright, after we talk about derivational affixes, let's talk about inflectional affixes. In purpose, inflectional affixes modify a word to provide grammatical information. This includes details such as tense, number, or degree. Unlike derivational affixes, they don't create new words but adjust the existing ones. In impact on meaning, the core meaning of the word remains the same. Inflectional affixes add grammatical context without changing the fundamental meaning of the word. Example, the first one is walk plus at. It becomes walk. The suffix "at" indicates past tense but keeps the word walk as a verb. The second one is cat plus s. It becomes cat. The suffix "as" shows plural form but keeps the word cat as a noun. The third one is quick plus er. Quicker. The suffix "er" indicates the comparative degree but keep quick as an adjective. Inflectional affixes are like adjusting the setting of a word to fit different grammatical contexts without changing its essential meaning. Okay, let's jump into the conclusion. Affixes are little bits added to the beginning or end of a word to change its meaning or how it's used in a sentence. There are two main types of affixes, derivational and inflectional. Derivational affixes help create new words. When you add a derivational affix to a word, it can change what the word means or even what kind of word it is. For example, if you add ness to happy, you can get happiness, which is a completely different word. And inflectional affixes don't make new words. Instead, they change the word slightly to show different grammar, like making something plural or past tense. For example, adding s to cat makes cat, but it's still the same word, just more of them. Alright, that's all from our group. Thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.